let's talk about the structural deficit. I noticed that in your questionnaire you had a few suggestions for addressing that. Can you talk about addressing the city's structural deficit?
Sure, and I'll run just a little bit long here, and I promise I'll keep some of the answers short. This one is huge. And I'm not being endorsed by my good friends in the labor union because of the answers I've given here. They're asking that maybe we sell off some of the, not all of them, but a couple of the unions suggested maybe we sell off some of our parkland and our golf courses and our airport, and that we raise taxes. Now that was kind of a common theme. People need to give more, and I'm saying that may be true. But here's what, and another group asked me, why can't you do all of these things together? I said, because this is a three-legged stool, but there's a prioritization to this. First of all, we need to go down and stop as much of our waste and inefficiency as we can do down at City Hall. Manage what we've been given first before you can politically or even practically or morally go out and ask the people for more. We have $1 billion of our $2.8 billion budget each year that's in contracts and consultants. Those are finally being reviewed and audited. We ran across a department a few weeks back that had a $7 million consultant contract. We called them up and said, what is this for? They said, well, in case we need it. You know, next time we start to cut 6% of anything, we really ought to look and see if we can't cut 6% of our contracts and our consultants. We don't have a good range down there that we put people in when they come and bid for our work. We take the lowest bidder. We are a public entity. We ought to say, here, you know, you cannot expect to get any more than this. You know, even if you're an attorney, you know, and you're coming in as a firm. There are things like our One San Diego and our putting together software program that just continue to have cost overruns. I mean, somebody needs to do a better job of anticipating what we need, how it's going to, in this case, work out payroll or not work out payroll, and not be delayed in time and overrun in money when we implement these kinds of things. One of my favorite examples is this turnstile that we put in at City Hall with some Homeland Security grant a few years back, almost $1 million worth of new ID cards and turnstiles. We put them in. After 2.5 years, we took them out and it never worked in one day because we hadn't anticipated things like, well, somebody could take your card and I could take somebody else's card, and we still wouldn't know who's in the building. You know, just small things that you wouldn't do if you were running a for-profit business. Secondly, we do need to go in and, without making our city employees impoverished at all, give them what is rightfully theirs. We need to adjust some employment benefits and make our pensions, not just going forward, but currently, more sustainable, more realistic, more practical. If all we do is pension reform, and some candidates are talking about pension reform, but what they're saying is for new hires, well, you don't realize any of that change in saving until those people retire in 15, 20 years. You have to begin to do some things today. The drop program has to be cost neutral or it's not legal according to our city municipal code. The substantial requirement where the employee and the city both contribute equal amounts to the retirement, that needs to be adhered to. You know, the cost of living adjustment that we continue to pay out while Social Security does not pay any COLA last year and maybe even for the next 2 years. That's got to be addressed. You know, the benefits that we pay after a person leaves employment that continue to run out on their vacation time, that's finally being looked at. I mean, in most places, if you retire, you quit, you know, we cash out your vacation time, we send you home with a gold watch and a big fat check. But the city, we continue to run out 2 or 3 months of retirement on people, the whole time paying more retirement pay and more benefits and more health care on them. You know, in the aggregate, that begins to add up over a period of a year or two. So you're not going to find any one silver bullet, but you're going to find many things that pile together begin to reduce our deficit. And then we go back to the people and we say, we have done everything we can. And you say that because it's believable and it's true. And most groups that I talk to and people that I talk to at the door, and this, trust me, is the only issue on people's mind out there in District 6, then people say, yeah, if you did all of that, then I would be willing to look at what you needed from me. Because we would have a comprehensive whole picture, And I would know that what you're asking of me is truly what you need, and you wouldn't be coming back nickel and diming me every year for more. And you wouldn't be down there wasting what I'm gonna. And at that point, I think people would be willing to kick in a little bit more for living in San Diego, but only in that order.